Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. In this video we're going to be going over the great book called the Generalship of Alexander the Great. So welcome to the channel. My name is Dante and I make content around things that I'm passionate about, including business, history, movies, and football. But today we're going to be going over this book that I just finished reading called the Generalship of Alexander the Great, written by J.F.C Fuller. So this book was first published in 1960. The book you're looking at now was published in 2004, which is why it looks kind of modern. And if you want to check this book out or any of the other stuff that I'm using, all the links are down below. But let's get into the review of the book. So it's divided into two parts. The first one is called The Record, and this goes over Alexander's kind of career. It's a condensed version of his career as a statesman and as a general. Fuller also goes into great detail on how Philip II, Alexander's father, united Greece under the Macedonians, which was setting up the conquest of Persia perfectly, because it sped up Alexander's timeline by quite a bit, because if he had to subdue Greece, it would have taken him a lot longer. So that's part one. Part two is called Analysis, or the Analysis, and it goes over Alexander's conquest. And this is where I think the book really excels. It's just in all the detailed maps and diagrams and pictures. It's really well done. And because Fuller was a major general in Great Britain, he's able to provide this unique perspective on Alexander's conquest and on military history, which I found to be quite refreshing, quite good, because he's not a classical scholar. He's not a PhD in ancient history, but he does know a lot about war, and he's able to consult all of these classical scholars, and he's able to use a lot of knowledge from these sources, put it all together, provide his own insight, and create a brilliant, brilliant book. So if you have watched a documentary on Alexander, or maybe you've read some things on him online, this is a great book because it really enhances and increases your knowledge. Because I thought that I knew quite a bit about him, but then when I read this book, I was like, holy smokes, man, like there's a lot of stuff here that I didn't know. And Fuller goes into great depth on the very big battles that he fought. So battles like Granicus, Issus, the Siege of Tyre. And it's really, really well done. Another positive that I really liked about this book is that it dispels a lot of the myths around Alexander the Great. So there's a very popular film called Alexander, which came out in 2004, and there's a lot of things in that film that are wrong. One of the big ones that was actually still big even back when this book was published was whether Alexander was a homosexual or not. There was a big debate about his sexuality. In the film, they claimed that he was a homosexual, but in history he actually wasn't. Fuller goes into great depth on dispelling some of these myths. There's another popular one that he was a genocidal maniac, or that he had a ego, like a massive ego, which is just not true. So if you read this book, you're really going to be equipped to kind of dispel these myths and combat these myths, because they're just not true. And Fuller provides just a breadth of just historical sources and analysis, which really is very useful when you want reasoning on why these things just aren't true. And overall, I really enjoyed this book because it's to the point, it's concise, and it's direct. It's only about 300 pages, and if you've read other historical books, they can be much more than that. So I really liked that it was concise, it got to the point, it was written by a general who was able to use his unique insight to really add to the book, and the writing isn't flamboyant, it's not, like super complex like you might find in academic writings. It's a very good book. I highly recommend that you guys do pick this book up, and if you have, or if you're planning on it, let me know what you think, not only about the book but about the man himself, Alexander the Great, because I'd love to talk to you guys about this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also find all of my social media links down below. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time.